Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His Word. And family, I just wanted to come to you tonight and once again say thank you. Thank you for all that you do for this ministry right here, right in the royal family. And family, of course, y'all already know we cannot go without saying this. My favorite part of the week. I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And family. Tonight's going to be one of them nights here where I'm just going to do everything that I can to stay on fire for this type of lesson. But before we come with that fire in this lesson, family, we got to come with this fire first. The newest single from our very own brother, King Yada, Breaking Point.
Thank you, Father, for allowing me to see another day. As I speak these words through the song, let me be guided by the Spirit.
Wish that I could fly away.
Ruach HaKodesh.
I wish that I could fly away.
Y'all, thank you for your wisdom, knowledge, and your understanding. I know this time is getting short, everything you got your hand in. The way I walk, the way I talk, I know you speak through me. I give myself every day, Ruach, the one that set me free. Yes, sir. I know your laws and statute commandments, that what got me through. This fire's getting hot, but you the one that keep it cool. Every day. I know if I keep my eyes on you, that I'll never fail. In Matthew 10:28 will keep myself up out of hell. Yes, what door that you open that anyone else could close? Your people only see your throne when you're giving them a rose. So sad. The chain is off the black man neck because he is destroyed. And judgment from y'all is something that we can't avoid. I got to pay for my ancestors' sins and so do you. And y'all suggest Elohim, hope that you make it through. Nobody going to that judgment seat, it's only you. In John 4:24, worship Him in spirit and truth. I'm sitting here thinking about the challenge in my life. Should I stay quiet? Should I go out and strife? Anger and tension cover me whole. I feel like I'm about to lose my soul. I'm tired of being overlooked, I'm tired of being judged, I'm tired of being angry, I'm tired of holding grudge, tired of injustice, tired of defeat, tired of painting a smile on my face, trying to look discreet. Father, come and take control.
Wish that I could fly away. I wish that I could fly away. Fly away. Just fly away. Wish that I could fly away. I wish that I could fly away. Fly away. Just fly away.
Even though I'm following y'all commandments, still gotta move with grace. Yes, sir. I know it's impossible to please you if we don't have faith. No way. I wanna see your face, I know it's gonna be a cost. You sent your son, he died for me, he the one who spilled the sauce. Yes, I know the blood that they spill speaking to you from the ground. We're close to Armageddon, Jacob make a joyful sound. You'll never leave us or forsake us, you will follow through. Delivered us from Egypt, turned around and kill our haters too. Any man with the meek spirit, come and follow me. And if you laying on your back, time to get up on your feet. We must not retreat, got to stand and show our folks the way. We got to die for this no matter what them people say. If you a friend of this world, you're enemy to Yah. And Yah see the outer man, but he judges the heart. What Yah put together, let no man set apart. Don't worry about the haters, they got to be there to play their part. I'm sitting here thinking about the challenge in my life. Should I stay quiet, should I go out and strife? Anger and tension cover me whole. I feel like I'm about to lose my soul. I'm tired of being overlooked, I'm tired of being judged, I'm tired of being angry, I'm tired of holding grudge, tired of injustice, tired of defeat, tired of painting a smile on my face, trying to look discreet. Father, come and take control.
Wish that I could fly away. I wish that I could fly away. Fly away. Just fly away. Wish that I could fly away. I wish that I could fly away. Fly away. Just fly away.
King. Brother, thank you so much for all that you do. And I want to thank everybody out there. Whether if you are in the royal family or not, I want to thank everybody out there for your musical ministry, bringing forth this truth music to our people and getting rid of the secular garbage that's out there. I want to say to every last one of the musical talents within Israel that is supporting truth music, thank you. Now, family, here we go tonight, man. I'm telling you, tonight is one of them nights where y'all already know I get into certain lessons and I get real giddy. You know, I lose myself in these lessons and I love these types of lessons. But family. First, let's go ahead and do this. Please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. And family, tonight's going to be one of those nights here where we will be diving into precepts, okay? So get ready. Remember, open the book. Don't take my word for anything. Allow the scriptures to speak to you by actually hearing it and reading it for yourself. Don't trust me. Don't trust anybody. Open the book so that you can make sure that what we are saying is 100% accurate, okay? Don't trust nobody. No one. Do the research and everything there for yourself as well. Okay, now, family, I want you to please open your Bibles to 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 18. I am going to start off with this here because, again, it's going to be one of them lessons. It's going to be one of those. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 18. I'm going to read this here to you based on what we are going to be talking about here tonight, family. Watch this. And the Lord shall deliver me from every evil work and will preserve me unto his heavenly kingdom, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. Okay. So now, why did I just read that? But we're going to hold that question because I want to get a precept to that. I want you to now to please go to Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 23. The book of Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 23. So here you have New Testament, Old Testament. Old Testament, New Testament. Remember, the Old Testament is the New Testament concealed and the New Testament is the Old Testament revealed. Always remember that, okay? So, Proverbs chapter 19, verse 23. Here's what it says. The fear of the Lord tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. Now, that's a promise. That's the very same promise that he gave us in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 18. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. And that's what we are going to be dealing with here tonight. So now, why did I even show you those two verses? Because I'm getting ready to show you a video. And I'm going to tell you right now, first and foremost, this is King Yada's fault. King, I'm blaming you. This is your fault. You did this. This happened out of casual conversation between a discussion that me and my big brother, King Yada, we was having earlier this week. And it came out of absolutely nowhere. And he was like, I know you saw this video. And I was like, nah. He was like, nigga, are you serious? So I had to watch this video. Now, this is the video that I experienced this night talking to King Yada. And I was absolutely, when I tell you, it is not often that I am lost for words at all. But this night, I was lost for words. So family, without any further ado, some of you may have already seen this. You may have already known about this, but I didn't. Okay? So without any further ado, family, I warn you, here you go.
I told you that I never thought it down. Still big up to the street, rest in peace, young Gunu. And this is up for the cheese. Yeah, I told you that I never thought it. Yeah, my niggas, we the last ones left, and life goes on. And the brothers still big up to the street.
All right. So, I already know now that there may be some mixed feelings. Some of you that quite frankly just may approve of one of the most evil, disturbing things that I've ever seen in my life. I guarantee you, if y'all think I'm lying, please ask King Yada. When I saw it, something in me just dropped. And it was a level of disgust that I have never seen ever. Something that really bothered my spirit like that. And I was like, listen, what in the hell did I just see? Niggas can't be this wicked. They can't be. Niggas can't be this damn wicked. And yeah. So, many of you may be thinking, right? All right, wait a minute now. Hold up. So, Mike, who cares? Who cares? That's him. That's between him and his family and however they wanted to do it. So now, of course, that would be one of those type of reactions, right? So y'all know me. It just didn't stop there. I had to go find footage of this man's family, seeing if they condone this and if this was okay. So without any further ado, family, here you go.
We wanted to give him a party. We didn't want to give him a funeral. That just wasn't setting right with me saying funeral for my son. The type of son that I had, my son loves to have fun. He was the life of the party. So that's why I sent him home that way, having a party.
Our first meeting that we had with the funeral home, my mom made it very clear. She said, I don't want it to be a funeral. It's his last show. I don't want nobody to ever look down on my son. So the funeral home services actually, took it from there.
And helped me with what I wanted to do.
And they brought our idea to life. We didn't say we want him, standing up. We did say we wanted him propped up some way. Because we did see other services that it was done that way. So we liked it, and that's what we wanted.
Yeah. So when she did it, and I told her I liked it, and we went with our theme that we was going to do, the club party scene. That's what I wanted to do. And the king crown, she did that for me because she said he's the king of Maryland, right? You said your son the king of Maryland. So that's why we put the crown on him, because he's the king of Maryland. And he had fans that love him. If you had to be there, it was a beautiful celebration.
My brother didn't go to church. So that would be unlikely and very fake and phony for us to go and put my brother in a casket.
In a suit.
And listening to gospel music in a suit. My brother told me he didn't want to be in no suit. Exactly what he had on and Mary.
He loved Murray.
That's what my brother liked.
Yeah, Murray down from the top to the bottom.
So all we dressed my brother how he liked. He looked exactly how he was, literally, if he was here and breathing. And we lived and we partied for him on that day, how my brother would have wanted. Everything we did was not just for my mother, but it was how my brother would have wanted.
Yeah.
All right. So just remember that the family is cool with this. The family is Israel. So with the family being Israel, I know many of you are like, Mike, that's that family's business. It ain't none of your business. So stay out of theirs. But I can't do that. I cannot do that, family. You know why? I'm going to show you in the scriptures. Family, I want you to please open your Bibles to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21. And what we're going to do, we are going to go through these scriptures, and you're going to see exactly why everything that mother and sister said are completely false and out the window, and it's garbage and it is trash. And being that they said that this is what he wanted. This is what he wanted, right? Okay. So it doesn't matter about what he wanted. It's not even about what they wanted. It's about what he instructed when it comes to Israel. Because remember, all of Israel, we all get in trouble at the same time. All of us. Do you not think that there were righteous people on those slave ships? Do you not think that there were righteous kings, queens, princes, and princesses that actually were keeping the commandments? But what happened? When we get judged as a whole. Now, not on the day of judgment, but we always get judged as a whole. We get judged as a people. And the things that they have allowed to happen, from taking that Israelite brother, put him on a stage. They propped him up. And for those wicked ass people to dance around that, I wouldn't have even stayed in there. There was no way. If I would have seen that brother propped up on that stage, I would have ran out of there. And I'm telling you, I would have hauled ass. Gone. Bye. Nah, that's too much for my senses. Too much. And did y'all realize how creepy that was? Please, was anybody else creeped out about that? If so, please put it in the chat. Let's talk about that in the chat, okay? But I want to start in the book of Deuteronomy 21 because there are some things that we have to go over. So what we're going to do, we're going to start at verse 1, then we're going to read down to verse 8, and then we're going to jump down, okay? Because we're not going to read the whole chapter. We don't need to. There's just certain things I want to bring out. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 21. If one be found slain in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known who have slain him. So let me stop real quick. So this is saying right now, if somebody was murdered and we don't know who the murderer is, the father has some instructions. Now, that young man's name was Gunu. All right. I didn't know him as a rapper myself. I had no idea about this young brother, but this young brother was killed. So the same rules right here apply. Unfortunately, we're not in our land, but the same rules still apply. So watch this. Verse 2. Then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain. So now they are going to start looking at the other cities, looking at the elders of these other cities, the leaders. All right, let's continue. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of that city shall take an heifer, meaning a young cow, which hath not been wrought with, have not been touched or anything like that, and which have not drawn in the yoke. And the elders of that city, now remember, this is not the city that was in, this is the nearby cities also. And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. So I'm bringing this out here for a reason. Why am I bringing this out? Because even when one of ours are slain, right? The Most High, even if they don't catch the murderer, the Most High wants blood shed. And I'm bringing this out here for a reason. I'm setting the stage for how these types of things here work. When the Father is bringing judgment, the Father wants blood. And I want you to understand that here tonight. I want you to understand what we are getting ready to get into. The Father wants blood. The Father wants blood. Not rainbows, not teddy bears, not us farting Skittles. The Father wants blood. And I'm doing this here for a reason. Verse 5, and the priest, the sons of Levi, now remember, they were the priests at that time. The sons of Levi shall come near, for them the Lord thy God have chosen to minister unto him, and to be blessed in the name of the Lord, and by their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. So the Levites, they had a responsibility. Verse 6, and all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over that heifer that is beheaded in the valley. And they shall answer and say, our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it. Okay, let's continue. Be merciful, O Lord, asking the Father for mercy. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel. Boom. Not the whole world. No. Israelites talking to the God of Israel saying, Father, please be merciful. Have mercy on us. We didn't kill him. We did not kill him, but they understood that blood had to be shed. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them. Wow. Begging the Most High for mercy. Because our forefathers back then, they knew what time it was. They knew what time it was. So now we're going to stay in the very same chapter. Jump down to verse 18, please. Verse 18. Now I want you to see how the Most High deals with the rebellious Israelite. Watch this. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them. So now we're having a discussion about a young man, or female for this matter, that will not listen to his mother or his father, being disobedient. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him. They gonna grab this nigga. Lay hold on him and bring him unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. So the mother and the father, they do it together. Nigga acting up, they go grab him. Get over here. Take him. Then he's gonna take him to the elders of the city. Watch what happens. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, the one that got his niggas in the headlock right now, this is our son, is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So when we go back and we think about that video, how evil is that? You're going to find out. Trust me, you're going to find out just how evil that is. Watch. Now remember what it just said here, all Israel to hear and fear. Verse 22, and if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree. So, as you see, we were the ones that used to do the hanging first, until the roles were reversed, and our enemies began hanging us. I'm going to read 22 one more time. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain, his body shall not remain, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. Bury him that day. Bury him that day. You see, that's how we are supposed to bury the children of Israel. That is how we are supposed to bury our mothers, fathers, grandmothers, aunts, children's, whole nine. I said children's. Children. Yes, I don't have no grammar issues. But that's how we are supposed to do it. But of course, through Esau, they allowed this young Israelite man to be embalmed and sat on a stage where the wicked danced around him, where the wicked planned for him to be on that stage. So remember, we get judged, all of us together, whenever one of us screw up. You realize that? That's why we're still in captivity. Because stupid things like that. But yet, Mike, that's none of your business. That's the family's business. No, it's not. I'm doing the Most High's business right now. That is not how we are to ever treat anything like that. I'm going to read it one more time. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God. Speaking about Israel, all the way back then, all the way till now, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. We are not supposed to do that. Our people are supposed to go in the ground. Now, I'm going to have a whole lesson, an entire lesson on how we are to take care of Israel when we pass, okay? But it's not tonight. But we're definitely going to do that. But as you see, as we read in this chapter here, 21, the Most High is all about blood. You don't do what he says. He's like, yo, there's blood coming for you. And you're going to find that theme all throughout this lesson, all right? So now, do you remember when the mother and the sister sat up there and said that this is what he wanted, right? And that's going to be the biggest bit of contention between me and anyone that disagrees with what this here says. So what we're going to do, we're going to get scripture about whether or not, if he wanted that, were they still supposed to do it? Were they still supposed to comment with the idea that he gave? So now I want you to go to Psalms chapter 146, please. The book of Psalms chapter 146, and I want you to go down to verse 4. As a matter of fact, do I want to start there? No, start at verse 1. I'm going to start at verse 1. Psalms 146, verse 1. We'll read down to verse 4. Praise ye the Lord. Praise the Lord, O my soul. While I live, will I praise the Lord. I will sing praises unto my God while I have any being. So while I'm alive, I'm going to sing praises to the Most High. He said, I'm singing praises to my God. And that is so important because you have to understand that ownership when they say my God, because our ancestors knew and understood that the Most High God of Israel did not belong to the other nations, only the nation of Israel. Verse 3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. So now when we hear that right there, verse 3, you go back and you think about the mother and the sister that actually went out and spoke to the people of the law that allowed this young king to sit up on that stage embalmed. Then the funeral directors that actually went and did it as well. It doesn't matter what their race, ethnicity, or whatever they are. It does not matter. The fact of the matter is that mother and sister that allowed this and pushed forth the initiative of this to happen are in the wrong, and we all get judged for it. So I'm going to read that one more time. Put not your trust in princes, meaning leaders, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. Verse 4, watch this. His breath goeth forth, meaning that he died because he no longer has the breath in his body. His breath goeth forth. He returneth to his earth. He returneth to his earth where he came out of. In that very day, his thoughts perish. So the second that he died, everything that he thought about, all his plans, ambitions, what he wanted for himself, whether or not he wanted to be plastered up and stood with a pole in his ass on that stage so that people can dance around him while he was dead, is over. That went out the window when he died, which means it is no more. Done. But yet our people would jump around with the foolishness. I'm going to carry out my mom, my dad, brothers, sisters' plan, or whatever they wanted. They wanted it. The father said, well, no, you can't do that. They're gone. They're done. They're gone. Their thoughts, bye-bye. That's what the scriptures say, not me. It's not my personal opinion. It's what the scriptures actually say. And I told y'all, a lot of people, y'all not gonna like this one here tonight. You ain't gonna like it. But too damn bad. Nobody cares about what you like. Nobody cares about what you dislike. The only thing that we need to be concerned about is what the scriptures say, and say, Father, I would like to follow these. I will follow these. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to follow in your lead so that I don't die and you don't spill my blood. Yep, that's how it goes. So now, with that being said, I want us to go to the book of Numbers. Please, family, let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 32 and verse 13. The book of Numbers, chapter 32, verse 13. Watch this. And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel. Why? And he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. So as you see with this here, the Father's not playing any games. He doesn't play when it comes to Israel. The Father's like, I'm bringing death unto Israel. Now, remember, we're not talking about the whole world right now. We're talking about Israel. We're talking about our people. We're talking about the people that is in a state of emergency, a state of urgency when it comes to us keeping the commandments, because time is ticking. We don't have a lot of time left, family. We don't. And I know a lot of our people think they do. And you know who teach them that? The Christian church. Talking about the earth has been here millions upon millions, if not billions of years, which is not true at all. At all. The entire history of the planet is in the Bible, which roughly adds up to about 8,000 years, give or take. And they say millions upon millions upon millions. Sit there and lie to you right in your face. So now that was Numbers 32:13. Now I want to go to the book of Judges. Please go to the book of Judges, chapter 2. The book of Judges, chapter 2, and I want to go down to verse 10. So we can continue reading about how the Most High get down when he says he's coming for blood, saying that he's going to kill the children of Israel. Gonna kill them. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. You see, these are all the people that don't know. See, it's nothing new, family. And this is what I really want to convey to you. This isn't anything new. Our people have been going through the same things over and over and over every generation. Everyone. And guess what? If we are not the generation to not see death, then when we die, and we're going to come back, and we're going to go through it again. I'm going to read it again. And all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel, not the whole world Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Baalim. Okay, verse 12. And they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. So they did that all the way back then with Egyptian gods like Ra, and whoever Constantine brought out, all that stupid Greek mythology and all that BS. All of it. And so, if it's today, this time right now, first of all, a lot of our people are still wrapped up in that crap Egyptology. But who is the big culprit, though? Who's the big culprit, family? Who's that false god that our people love and praise every Sunday with their evil, wicked asses going up into them churches with their dumbass monkey suits, their stupid ass hats, and yet they usher the little children in there too to be victimized. That's white Jesus. All of those saints in Catholicism who the Hispanics be burning candles over, for the Native Americans, for our brothers and sisters there, for all the animals and all that you worship, we still going through it. Still. Okay? Now, that was there. Now, we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of this lesson here. Because, of course, we always have to set things up. Y'all already know how I operate. We're going to set that up. Now we're going to go to the book of Revelation, the final book of the scriptures, the last book, the book that says if the person that's reading this understand it, that they are blessed. Woo! Revelation chapter 14. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I can't wait for this one. Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. We're going to read the whole thing, family. And this is where the precepts are really going to start to kick in, okay? So Revelation chapter 14, let's start at verse 1. And I looked. Now, remember, this is John now. This is John the Revelator. And I looked. Remember, we talked about looking last week, remember? And the very same person that had all the visions last week is the very same person having the visions. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads. So this is the 144. And you're going to learn that this is not all the people that are going to be saved, but the 144 are the 144,000 men of Israel. 12,000 from each tribe that is going to go and fight with Christ, Yahushua, and the angels. And this is all going to play out right now. I'm getting giddy with this one because I know what's coming. I know what's getting ready to come. But that's what this is. And we're going to prove that it's men. Okay? Verse 2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. So now here's where the first precept is going to come in regards to Revelation. So family, I want you to go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 43 and verse 2. We're going to come back, but we got to go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 43 and verse 2, because remember, it mentioned the water, right? So let's do this here. And behold, the glory of the God of Israel came from the way of the east. This is why we face east here in America. And his voice was like a noise of many waters, and the earth shined with his glory. And there you have it. Okay, so that was that precept. So now remember, we're going to go back to Revelation. Okay, we're going right back to the book of Revelation, chapter 14, and go back down to verse 2. Okay, I'm going to read it one more time. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of the harpers harping with their harps. So again, even Ezekiel, he had this vision. He saw the very same thing, and here we are. Verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts. We talked about that last week, remember? And the elders, we talked about them too. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. You see that? Verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. Okay, so now this is not talking about physical sex. This is not talking about an actual woman. This is talking about the prostitute who did not defile themselves with this world's beast system. And that's why they are virgins, because they have not been by this system. Okay? Verse 4, I'm going to read it again. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. So these are the ones right here that Christ said, nah, Father, they good. Let them come with me. I want them. Let them come with me. And the Father said, go ahead. Take them. Those are yours. Those brothers right there. Y'all go do what y'all about to go do. Go do what you're about to go do. Woo! Man. All right, verse 5. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. Don't you want to be in that position? I'm being honest. Who wants to be in that position to where you stand in front of the Most High, there is no fault found in you? And we're going to get all that. Trust me when I tell you. We're going to. Because some of you are probably thinking, oh, that's not possible. How's that possible? You're going to find out here tonight. Verse 6. And I saw another angel, fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. So here's this angel that's going around. Now remember, this is not a time of peace at all. What are they bringing? Death and destruction. Just as we've been reading from the beginning, from the onset of this lesson. Death and destruction. Because why? What did the Most High come for? He said he wants to see blood. Blood. But yet you'll have the idiot Christian who sit there and try to explain to you that during this time, it's all peace. No, it's all about blood. I'm going to read that again. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. And we talked about this in the previous lesson. Those angels, the gospel that they're preaching, y'all niggas are dead. Y'all know what y'all did to the Most High's people? Y'all niggas are dead. We coming to kill you. Verse 7. Saying with a loud voice. Now, I want y'all to understand this now. This is not some quiet, these little fat, white, little gay angels with wings that's flying around looking like Cupid. No, these are what we talked about last week. The description of some of these animals and some of these beasts, some of these creatures that's in the heavens. And the Father is sending them out, and they are yelling and screaming at everybody on earth. Saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him. For the hour of his judgment, is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel. So here you have this catastrophic event. All these angels are in the air. First and foremost, here you have the 144 men of Israel. Now remember, we're not going to be looking like how we look right now. No. We are going to be in our absolute original form. And then here you have Yahushua, the biggest of them all, that's going to be standing there. And we're going to get into what he's going to have in his hand. But now here you have all of these angels that's just popping up out of nowhere. Boom, 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 yelling, screaming. While everybody is on earth right now, just looking down, going crazy, losing their damn minds because that sky cracked. And they're like, what in the world? Why did we not listen? You should have. Can't help you with that. You're dead now, stupid. All right, now we're going to read that here. Verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen. There's no peace. Babylon has fallen. So what does that mean? It means that an entire city, country, territory, what have you, is done. Babylon is fallen. See Obadiah. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen. He said it twice. That great city, because she made all nations drink the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Family, come on now. You are not stupid. You're not an idiot. You know exactly who that is. Verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice. See, y'all see how this is? This is not a quiet time. This is destruction. All of the pain and screaming and gnashing of teeth. And you're sitting and you're watching all of these buildings, these big, glorious buildings that man made. And they're all tumbling down. So here you have 12,000 right here from Judah, 12,000 from Levi, 12,000 from Benjamin, 12,000 from Ephraim, and so on and so on. And you're watching all these men, pew, 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 just destroying the world, just destroying it. Seeing Edomites sitting and trying to run. And one of our brothers is running up from behind them and just tearing them in half. That's what's coming to this freaking planet, family. Whew, okay. All right, now let's read this again. Verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, if any man worship the beast and his image. Who is that talking about? That's talking about Caesar Borgia. That's talking about white Jesus. And receive his mark in, not on, in his forehead or in his hand. Okay, now we're talking about the same thing here. And this is the world system, Esau's beast system, following their rules versus the Most High's. And how do you do that here? By agreeing with their philosophies, procedures, and everything that they do, and you carrying it out. That's all that means. Okay? No tattoos, no barcodes, no QR codes, none of that stuff. It is Esau's beast system. That's what it is. I'm going to read it again. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, in the cup of his hatred. And he shall be tormented, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, the ones that are flying around right now, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, in the presence of the angels and in the presence of Christ right there. They'll be watching as it happens. Why? Because they're the ones committing it. Whoo! Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment, they are on fire. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Did you understand that? You are going to burn forever. These people right here that's burning, they're not dying. They're not dying. Yes, they call it the second death, but it means there is no life in these people. They can no longer live the life of paradise. Why? Because they're in the fire right now, burning. Anybody taking that away? As a matter of fact, I'm going to read that one more time. And the smoke of their torment, so they're on fire, so their bodies are still able to smoke. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, forever. And they have no rest day or night. No rest. None. Eternal burning. who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So whoever wants to follow behind Esau, who wants to cleave to Esau, who wants to cleave to these other nations and do the things that they do, if you want to be out there and you want to follow Islam, if you want to be out there, you want to follow Egyptology, if you want to be out there, you want to follow Christianity, if you want to be out there, you want to follow Catholicism, all these things are going to get you tossed into the fire. Just wait on it, because it's coming if you're doing it. All right. So now, with that being said, that was a precept there. Now I want to go to Psalms chapter 37, please. The book of Psalms chapter 37, because I have another precept here for you from what we just read. Psalms chapter 37. As a matter of fact, go down to verse 37 too. We're going to start Psalms chapter 37, verse 37. Watch this. And you're going to see. Remember, what did it just talk about? The mark of the beast, right? The mark of the beast system. And I'm showing you there's only two marks. Only two. Two marks. Verse 37. Mark the perfect man. You're about to find out how this man is perfect. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. You see that? The end of that man that has the mark of perfection, which is keeping the commandments. The end of that man's life is peace. And he's marked. Verse 38. But the transgressor shall be destroyed together. I'm going to say that one more time. But the transgressors. It was plural. I said singular the first time. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. And that's what we are reading in Revelation right now. That's what we're reading in Revelation. Verse 39. But the salvation of the righteous. The salvation of the righteous. The mark of righteousness is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him, just like we read earlier. You see, there's two marks, the mark of righteousness and the mark of the beast. You follow the Most High's ways, or you follow the ways of the world, which is dominated by Esau. There's no in between. This is why the Most High said when it comes to the lukewarm, he's going to spit you out. So he's going to spit you out. He said he has more respect if you choose to be evil than to be tiptoeing on both sides. There's those who follow the Most High and those that follow the world. That's it. There's no in between. Either you are going to accept peace from the Most High by following his ways, or you're going to accept death, your blood spilled, and you thrown in fire to burn forever. There's nothing in between that. That's it. Those are your choices. Okay. So now let's go back to the book of Revelation. We're going to go back to chapter 14, go down to verse 11. I'm going to read that one more time. So now that we have the precept. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receiveth the mark of his name. Verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. You have to do both. You can't just have faith. You got to have both. You have to keep the commandments, and you also must have the faith in Yahweh Shai. There's no going to the kingdom for you if you don't. You got to keep the commandments, okay? Verse 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. And their work, hold on. Their works follow them. Their works follow them. How can your work follow you if you are already dead? From your past life, and your past life, and your past life, and past life, and so on and so on. Everything that you do matters. Regardless if you believe it or not. Nobody gives a damn about if you believe it. Everything that you do matters. What you do in this life matters. What you did in your previous life matters. And so on and so on and so on. You're going to be judged for what you've done. So you better make it count. You better make it count. All right. Verse 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud. We know that's a chariot. And upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. So now here you have Christ is sitting there just waiting with a sickle. This is not a, what's the term? Oh crap, what the hell is the term? This is not a euphemism. This is literal. He's sitting there waiting for his turn. Now watch this. And another angel, so here again, there's all this angelic activity happening. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud. So here you have another angel being like, all right, Yahushua, all right, hold up. It's your turn. Here you go. Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. So the angel said, all right, Yahushua, it's your turn. Go. And here you have Christ sitting up there on the cloud right now, sitting there chilling, being like, all right, who am I about to kill right now? You know what? I'm going to get all of Great Britain right now. All that blood being spilled. All of it. Have you ever seen, like, when somebody cut an artery, how much blood comes out of that? And that's just in the arm. So here you have Yahushua cutting off heads or cutting bodies up in two. Can you imagine all the blood that's running out at once and doing it all at once? See, most of y'all are thinking about the Grim Reaper sickle. It's called a scythe. No. You have to remember how huge Christ is. Remember, he's not coming back as a man. He's coming back as the Son of the Most High living God. He's going to be huge. Huge! Verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. That's a guarantee. And another angel came out of the temple, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. So now it's not only Christ with a sickle, now it's another angel with one too. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, all right, nigga, it's your turn. Thrust in your sickle. Thrust in thy sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. Wow. All these different angels, all of this angelic activity, all of these things here taking place, while the Father watches as his Son, his sons, and his 144,000 sons are just down there tearing the earth up, destroying the earth. All of this is happening all at once. Whew. So now, that was verse 18. I want you to go to the book of Hosea. Let's go to the book of Hosea chapter 10 and start at verse 1. The book of Hosea chapter 10 and verse 1. Now remember, it talked about that earth's vine, right? Here it is. Israel is an empty vine, He bringeth forth fruit unto himself according to the multitude of his fruit. He hath increased the altars according to the goodness of his land. They have made goodly images. Their heart is divided. Their heart is divided. Perfection and righteousness on this side, doomsday on this side. The mark of the beast, the mark of righteousness. Their heart is divided. Now shall they be found faulty. He shall break down their altars. He shall spoil their images. For now they shall say, we have no king, because we feared not the Lord. What then should a king do to us? They have spoken words, swearing falsely and making a covenant. Thus judgment springeth up as hemlock in the furrows of the field. Wow. So what happens when we choose not to follow the Most High? Judgment. What happens when we go against the mark of perfection? Judgment. What happens when we step outside the lines? Judgment. All the way back then, the prophet Hosea. So let's go back to Revelation chapter 14, verse 18. Let's read that one more time. And another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire. So I need y'all to really understand this and put this, gather this in your head. He has the power over fire. Meaning he could just and set an entire country ablaze. Man. And cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. Kill him. Verse 19. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. The winepress, the winepress, the winepress. You know what that wine represents? It represents blood. Have you ever seen how a winepress actually works? And you see all the blood of the grape just spilling out, just spilling and spilling. And you would think out of those little clusters, there's this much. So just think how little a grape is. Think how tiny a grape is, right? And you can crush up a whole bunch of them and get that much blood of that grape. So imagine how much blood is going to be on this earth. We are getting ready to read just how much. Watch this. Verse 19, I'm going to read it one more time. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden without the city. The blood came out of the winepress even unto the horse's bridle by the space of 1,600 furlongs. Do y'all understand that? Up to the horse's bridle. Horses are so tall. And not only that, they're sitting here saying that there's going to be a river of blood. A river just in this area right now where Christ and them are handing out this death. That much right there. So that was that. So now we stay in the book of Revelation. I want you to go to chapter 19 and jump down to verse 11. The book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 11. Now remember, we talked about this last week and we're going to talk about it here again today. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Christ ain't coming here for no rainbows and teddy bears. He's coming here for war, for blood. His eyes were as a flame of fire, just like we read earlier. And on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the word of God. Verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. This is death. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of his fierceness and wrath of Almighty God. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. And that is so powerful to hear, and especially of us from the tribe of Judah, that our big brother, we're going to be serving him. And all of this here leads up to what I want to bring out. I want you to please go to Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. The book of Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. Many of you already know what this is. The whole point of this lesson. And it shall come to pass, meaning something that is going to happen in the future, something that was predicted all the way back then. And it shall come to pass, meaning it is guaranteed to happen, that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I held this one to the very, very end, so that nobody, absolutely no one can deny that that's what this means. 2/3 of the Israelites are going to die. How do we know? Because we just proved it all throughout this lesson. Remember, we started it off with the Father talking to Israel because of the stupidity of the things that we do. The absolute stupidity. And many of us just turn a blind eye. We turn a blind eye to it. We can't do that. If we see that our brother and sisters are in the midst of sin, we must tell them that they are in sin. Because if we don't, their blood is on our hands. And if blood is on our hands unrighteously, we're going to serve their saved punishment. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's not happening. This is why I get out here on a weekly basis and I tell our people what's coming. I tell our people the signs. I give them the scriptures. I give them the precepts. Our brothers, King Yada, King Marcus, King Yagideon, King Gino, our sister, Queen Tanya. We do these things here, not because you owe us membership fees, not because we are always reaching our hands into your pockets and telling you that you got to pay us for these lessons. No. We do this every week. We don't ask anyone for anything. We do it for the love of our people. That's what the royal family is all about. You understand? This is not a business. This here is a family. And we put this family here together so that we can all have each other's backs. We can all congregate together, just like we're doing right now. Here it is, Friday. For some of you, roughly, 8:03, 8:04 right now? That's Central Time Zone, 9 o'clock. For those of you elsewhere, you know your time zone. You know what time it is. Here it is. We gathered together. And now, after this, it's your time of rest. Go rest. Rest, family, rest. That's what the Sabbath is supposed to be for, not be up in somebody's school, location or whatever it is, slaving and working, you ain't supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that. This is the Sabbath. So now after this is where you and your family, y'all get together, still continue to talk about the Most High. Shut it down. Shut it down. It's that time. Shut it down. And family, please don't let this go in one ear and out the other. Y'all see what's coming. You see what's coming. You know it's coming. It has been predicted. And not only has it been predicted, it has been prophesied. And the prophecies and the predictions have already happened. And there's more to come. And they're happening every day. So now the question is, are you going to be on the side of righteousness? Or are you going to be on the side of destruction? It's all up to you. And with that being said, Israel, I love you. I'm out.